Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jenny. So this is editing Jenny. I just realized I didn't film an intro, so this is a very last minute janky intro. But today's video is going to be a review, demo, and swatches of the Kathleenlights and ColourPop Zodiac collection. I did only get a couple pieces of this collection, like there's one more of all three of these items. So I did go ahead and get the palette. Let me show you what it looks like on the inside. Very beautiful. I got one of the Luxe lipsticks in the shade What's Your Sign, the nice nudie peach shade. I got the On the Cusp Super Shock highlighter, as well as the Supernova eyeshadow, liquid eyeshadow in the shade Constellation. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the demo, and then we will go into the review and swatches. So I have already primed and set my primer down, so now I'm going to go into the shade Libra. Libra, there you go, now you can see it. And just take that into the crease and the outer V. Now going into the shade Taurus, I'm just going to take that into the outer V, into the crease kind of lightly, just to kind of lay down a little more depth in the crease. Going in with a smaller brush and going into the shade Sagittarius, I'm going to take this in the outer V and up into the crease, but focusing it more just in this outer corner area. Taking my finger and going into the shade Scorpio, I'm just going to pat this all over the inner part of the eyelid. Going into an angled brush in the shade Virgo, I'm going to just kind of smudge this into the lash line. So this is it for the top eyeshadow look. I am going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face and put on my eyebrows and everything like that. Then I'll be back to finish the eye look. Okay, so now that I have my base and blush and contour and brows and all that on, I'm going to go ahead and go in with some eyeliner. And in my top waterline, I'm going to go in with the ColourPop gel liner in the shade Call Me. It's this nice kind of like plummy brown, which I think would go nice with this. So I'm just going to tightline with this. And for the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with a different ColourPop gel liner in the shade Prance. It's this really nice light blue. So to finish up the lower lash line, I'm going to go into the shade Aquarius on a flat definer brush and just run that really close to the lower lashes. Taking what's left on the brush, I'm going to lightly just kind of flick it up like a little bit of a wing, but I'm not going to do a wing. I just want to flick it in the upward direction. And on this outer corner, I'm going to kind of like just blend it out a little bit, but I don't want to do that really close to the inside. I want to keep that kind of closer to the lash line. Now taking a little definer brush and going into the shade Cancer, I'm going to put that on the inner corners and kind of just like a little bit up onto the lid. So I'm going to quickly put on some mascara and then I will zoom you out and we can do a couple of the other products that I have from this collection. So the next product I'm going to be using is the Super Shock Cheek Pearlized Finished Highlighter in the shade On the Cusp. It is the lighter shade of the two highlighters that are in this collection. I like to apply these highlighters with my finger, so I'm just going to take it and pat it onto the tops of the cheekbones. So the last step is to apply the lipstick, and the lipstick is the Luxe lipstick formula in the shade What's Your Sign. It's really nice peachy brownie kind of nude. So this is the final look overall. Let's go ahead and jump into the review. So to start the review, I kind of want to talk about the packaging and the collection and all that kind of stuff first. So to start, in case you weren't unaware, Kathleenlights is a big beauty YouTuber here, and this is her fourth collaboration with ColourPop, I believe. She is very much into astrology, and so this collection is very fitting for her. This collection does have another highlighter, liquid shadow, and lipstick, but I did not get those because I was not interested in those shades. But they do have a few more items in this collection. ColourPop is a cruelty-free brand, but I do not believe that they are vegan, so keep that in mind. But they are cruelty-free, which is awesome. So I kind of wanted to talk about the packaging first, so I will go ahead and start with the eyeshadow palette because it does have the best packaging. It is a really pretty navy blue with that really nice kind of bronzy gold detail on it with all of the astrology symbols, and it has that really nice like shine to it, so it's not like a flat shade. It does give some really nice dimension, and then on the back it does have the names listed on it. Also shiny. Gorgeous, gorgeous packaging throughout the entire collection. And then the highlighter has the blue packaging, which we have never seen before, in this like dark navy blue, I believe. And then I am unfamiliar with these. These were the first two of these products I've ever tried, so I don't know how different these are from the rest, but this does have really nice like the bronzy stars on it in bronze font, and this does have little tiny stars detailed onto the cap. And I think the bottom, yeah, in the bottom. Overall, this is one of my favorite collections packaging-wise. I think the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. I myself am also into astrology. I am a Cancer, in case you were wondering. So now that I've talked about the packaging and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and start the review. So now I'm going to start the review, and I'm going to start the review with the product I didn't like. So that is the Supernova Shadow, and I have mine in the shade Constellation. I will go ahead and swatch it for you. So pretty. I'm so sad that I hate it. It's this really pretty champagne-y kind of pinky shade. It's gorgeous on the lids for like an hour, and then as soon as it starts to dry down completely, it flakes off. It looks like you have eyeball dandruff. It's awful. I had it in the crease, kind of just like a little detailed line, and then I've used it all over the lid as well. Both times it creased and it crinkled and it flaked, and it was awful. My mom said it looked like I had a skin disease. Like, it was bad. And it only looks pretty for like an hour, and then the rest of your day you look like a flaky mess. It's like, I don't know if it's just this shade or if it's the entire line. If it's the formula, they need to completely reformulate, because this is awful. This is $7. I still don't recommend it. It's not a good product. It's really unfortunate because the shade is gorgeous. I love this shade a lot. I don't even know that I'd pass this along. I'm thinking about just throwing it away because it's not worth the hassle of trying to return it just for this. So this is really unfortunate. I was really, really disappointed in this product. The next products, however, I really enjoy, and the first one I'm going to talk about is the On the Cusp highlight. It's like a really cool gold champagne shade. I really like it. Super soft, super blendable, gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I love the way that these apply because you can wear them under or on top of powders. They're really blendable. You can make them really subtle, or you can make them very glowy like I did today. Very, very pretty on the tops of the cheekbones, down the bridge of the nose, the cupid's bow. These are very, very pretty, but they also look more natural than powders. I do really like this. I definitely want to pick some more up just from their regular line. Excuse me. And I just am super, super, super happy that I got this because I love the way that this looks. These are $8. Definitely recommend this. Next product I have to talk about is the What's Your Sign Cream Lipstick. It's like a nice peachy, pinky, rosy kind of shade. It's really, really pretty. Really super comfortable on the lips. It dries down a tiny bit, but it's nothing uncomfortable at all. It's very, very pretty. Stays where it's supposed to stay. It doesn't slip and slide all over the face. I really, really like this formula. I definitely want to pick up other shades. These are $7. Definitely recommend them. Really super comfortable. I've really been enjoying this, and the shade is beautiful and right up my alley. So now we're moving on to the thing that I'm sure most people want to know about, and that is the eyeshadow palette. In this palette, you do get a really nice full-size mirror, and you get 12 eyeshadows. 4 of the shadows are matte, 6 of them are shimmers, One is a matte with glitter, and then the other one is more of a like satin matte kind of shade. It does pull matte when you blend it into the crease, but all over the lid it does have a nice satiny sheen. So overall, I know a lot of people thought that the color selection was very strange, which I can see why they would think it's weird, but I personally really like it. I like all of the shadows, all of the mattes blend beautifully except for one. I'll kind of get into detail when I go into swatching. The shimmers are gorgeous except for one. Once again, I'll get into that in a minute. They blend beautifully. They're very soft. The mattes blend gorgeously in the crease. The shimmers pack beautifully onto the lid. They look beautiful with and without shimmer glue. Shimmer glue? Glitter glue? I love all of them, basically. They're beautiful. And when you look at this palette, you can start to think that these may become a bit intimidating and you don't really know what to do with them. But I found it rather easy to create looks with. I was actually thinking about doing a 2 looks 1 palette kind of video with this palette, so if you're interested in that, tell me down in the comments. I will be happy to do that. I actually may just go ahead and do it anyway. But I really have been enjoying this palette. I think the shades are gorgeous and they're beautiful quality. I love ColourPop's eyeshadows. I think for the most part they're absolutely great. And this palette is $18 and I definitely think it's worth it. I think the shadows are excellent quality and I think the packaging is gorgeous as well. So overall I am very, very happy with this eyeshadow palette. So now I'm going to go ahead and start the swatches, and for swatches, oh, I'm blinding you with the mirror. For swatches I'm going to go in row by row and just go by 4s. So first we have Aries, which doesn't swatch well, but boy it looks gorgeous on the lid. I'm going to go ahead and do another swatch. It's this really nice burnt kind of rusty orange with a really nice gold yellow shift to it. Really pretty. The next one is Taurus, and it's just a beautiful staple brown that I think every palette needs. It blends really nice. It's kind of like a warmy kind of a warm brown. Next is Gemini, which is a super interesting gold. It's like a yellowy gold but with like this green almost black shift to it. Really super interesting on the eyes. And then the next is Cancer, which I really like. And it is like a white champagne with a really intense kind of baby pink shift to it. Very, very pretty all over the lid and the inner corners. Gorgeous kind of highlighting shade. So this is the first row. So in this next row we have Leo, which is a really cool kind of like, almost like a trio chrome, because when you bend your hand back like this, you see it's like kind of like a pinky rose brown undertone, but then you see the orange and then you see that gold, and it's like a really interesting shade. There's a lot going on in this shadow, which I know a lot of Leos, and there's a lot going on with those Leos, so I think that this is a very appropriate, very nice shade. Next is Virgo, which is a really nice, just kind of like more cool tone, chocolatey brown matte. Very, very pretty in the crease, on the outer V, as liner. This is a very, very nice eyeshadow. And the next, I don't know if it's going to show up on my skin, and that is Libra. This is one of my favorite shadows in the palette because all over the lid it's got that nice like satiny kind of feel to it, but you can actually buff it into the crease and it's a matte. So I really, really like putting this all over the lid and in the crease. And that is Scorpio. This is so soft and buttery, and it's like a violet purple with a reddish brown undertone and a little bit of a pink shimmer. I don't know, a lot of these are really dimensional shades and I really like that. I think they're really fun. So this is the second row. So now the final row we have Sagittarius, which this may be my favorite shadow because it has gorgeous color payoff and that shade is stunning. Look at that, that beautiful purple. It does look a bit patchy in the swatch, but when you apply it, it looks beautiful. I love how just rich this shade is. Beautiful, like a pinky almost plum. I don't know, it's gorgeous. And then this next shade is Capricorn, and it is the black with the gold shimmer in it. See, it does have quite a bit of shimmer in it. And now most of it's gone. I like this. This is a really, really nice, intense, yet blendable black. But the glitter is just not necessary because once you start to blend it, once you start to just apply it, the glitter disappears and it falls down onto your face. There's just no point in having glitter in a matte shadow, in my opinion. The next is Aquarius, which is this really pretty blue that I used on my lower lash line today. It looks beautiful in a swatch and it looks pretty on my lower lash line, but this is the only way that I like to wear this because when you blend the shadow into your crease, it starts to get kind of muddy and muted like a blue-gray, and it's very unflattering on me. It looks like I've been punched in the face. So the only way I like to wear this is on the lower lash line, unfortunately, but it is pretty as like a nice pop to the lower lash line. And the last one is my least favorite in the entire palette, and that is Pisces. I don't know if, yeah, it's chunky and it's kind of patchy. You cannot apply it with a brush. It does not go on with a brush at all. So you have to apply it with your fingers, and then it just looks really heavy and crumbly on the lids. And it's just really, really unflattering, and it's just not a good shadow, which is really unfortunate because the color is gorgeous, but it's just really chunky and really not good. So unfortunately this shadow is just not good, but the rest of the palette's really nice. So this is the final row. So overall, I was very, very happy with this collection. The only product that I did not like was the Supernova eyeshadow. Don't get it, it's a waste of money. But the rest of these products are really, really nice, and I've really been enjoying them. So if these colors scream to you, definitely check them out. They're really nice. I will have all of them linked down below in the description box in case you're interested. So that's all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you would like to subscribe, please feel free, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.